How to wall mount a TV. Step 1. Get your TV out of the way. Step 2. Open your wall mounting kit. And this one comes with a nice little level, so you can make sure that your TV is actually going to be level. That'd be nice. Having unpacked your wall mounting kit, read the instructions. Right, so the first thing we'll do is mount this to the TV. Now there's several different size screws that comes with it, so you want to make sure you put the right size in there. And the best way to do that is to just open up some of the screws and see if they fit. Or I suppose the manual for the TV might actually say, hey, this takes like metric whatever. Okay, according to the manual for this TV, this one wants an M6 screw. It doesn't say what length. So this particular kit provides two different lengths here, so let's just see. And this one seems pretty long, but it won't quite get right here. Let's just see how deeply this goes. We'll just do this by hand. We're not going to use a power drill or anything because we don't want to break anything in there. And it only goes that far. Okay, so we are going to need to use the shorter one. I'm pretty sure you're going to want these hooks going down, but let's just check to make sure. Yes, those hooks go down. And you want to adjust it so it's not going to protrude below your TV, because you don't want to see the wall mount bracket because that's just ugly. So let's do this one right here. And actually, I'm not quite doing this right. Let me just finger tight these. I'm not even going to tighten them because you need the right washers first. And according to this, you put a washer and a lock washer and then the screw. So you want the M6, well, you want the lock washer, you want the washer. This first one we're not going to tighten down just yet. There, nice and firm. You don't want to use a power drill and like break something, so just want to make sure it's good and firm there. Let's see here. Now if you have a TV with a curved back, it has these little grommets that you can use to get this to be straight. But this one has a nice flat back, so I don't have to worry about that. But if you do have a curved back, they do provide little grommet things. The easiest if you do the top one first. Just put it in. Don't snug it down just yet. Put this one in there. There we go. Now we can snug it down. So we're just going to snug these up nice and tight. We're not going to super torque them. That'd be dumb. And maybe if you have fighter jets that fly by, you might want to, I mean, you could put Loctite in there if you're really concerned about that. Maybe get some Loctite glue, and that'll make sure that these never move. But there, now it's attached to that. Don't take this off just yet, because if you do, your TV's just gonna fall. But yeah, just don't do that just yet. Now let's get the other part mounted on the wall. Alright, here's a quick tip here. Kind of test fit it first, because what I have on this TV here is, here's some of the back panel stuff, and if I have this exactly centered on the TV here, then some of this stuff's going to be covered up. So I'm going to offset it a little bit. I'll still have screws in the appropriate spaces, but just take into account the offset, so that if you want it centered somewhere and you need to have this bracket offset so you can get to some of the back panel goodies here, take that into account when you mount this. So it looks like I'm going to have to mount this as I'm looking at the TV, a little bit of right of center. And there's a little bit of, and you can slide this back and forth and it'll still be nice and secure on there. But so there's some wiggle room to make some minor adjustments. And the way this particular one is made, you can't go all the way and slide your TV off because it's gonna there's a stop there to make sure that something like that doesn't happen. At this point, you may want to consult your significant other about how high the TV is going to ultimately be. Alright, so now I know how high I'm going to have this. We're going to do our, let's see, this needs to be a little bit right of center. We'll do it about here. We want to find our first stud here. You can use a stud finder, but in this particular wall I can see a nice drywall seam right here. So there's probably going to be a stud right back here. So that's where I'll do my first screw. Then once you do your first one, you found your stud. If you're in a standard American house, they're going to be 16 inches off on center. So you can just take a tape measure once you get your first hole, 16 inches, and that's going to be where your second stud should be. Should. Alright, hopefully I hit a stud. What I like to do is make sure that the screw threads are just a little bit bigger than the drill bit there to make sure that you're actually going to bite into that stud. Don't want your TV falling off. That's holding real nice. Okay, so remember how I said it should be 16 on center? Well, turns out this is a little bit of a weird wall here. There's a stud. There's another stud. And there's a stud. So it looks like there's a stud here and then there's like this little gap here, so that messed me up a bit here. And so since this isn't quite going to work for my centering, what I'm going to do, I will do these two straight into the stud, which would be enough in and of itself theoretically to hold up the TV. But just to provide extra stability, I will also use these Uber drywall lag bolt thingamajiggers. Like I got it pretty spot on there. Now since there is another stud over here, I'll go ahead and do all 6 as long as I can get these things to match up here. Looks like right under the level there, alright.
see
just,
the bottom?
just do it so it's no. There we go.
I get it?
Yeah. Alright, so now this can be higher if you want it to.
No, I think that's good height. Do you want it higher? I
think
like
that's
it.
good right there. Alright,
I'd
now it's
rather it
this
be more
little-
eye level than high up.